Hey, everybody, welcome to Commanders Daily. I'm your host, Bob Matthews. This is your one stop shop for everything going on with the local 53. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so that you can get your update every single day when you log on to YouTube. Lots of stuff to talk about today. We are just 8 days away from the draft, and today we are hitting the cornerback position. I said corner with a C. We will take a look at three prospects that could very well be available for the Commanders either in the first round, the second round, or later in the draft. Before that, though, we got to hit the headlines. And the headline today is there was another Top Golf outing this year. And what a difference that a year can make. Remember when Adam Peters and the front office took all of the draft prospects last year, including Jaden Daniels and a bunch of other quarterbacks, to Top Golf, and they got absolutely crushed for it in the press? Well, this year they did it again. Not so much. Now everybody's thinking about it and saying, hey, a pretty genius move by the Commanders and Adam Peters. What a difference a year makes, huh? By the way, remember, Drake May last year said it was actually one of the cooler outings of his pre-draft evaluation. So we don't know exactly who went this year yet, but sources say it was about 20 different prospects. I am sure we will find that out more as we get closer to next Thursday. All right, let's go ahead and talk defensive backs that the Commanders might target again with just a late first and second round pick and then nothing until the fourth. Yeah, it might get kind of you've really got to be on top of what you've got and what you can, what's going to be available. So I picked out three guys, two that could go early and match up with what the Commanders both need and could have available, and then one that might go a little bit later. So we're going to start with Trey Amos. Trey Amos played at Ole Miss. He is number 30 on PFF's big board of all of the draft prospects. So again, with the Commanders picking 29th, kind of matches up. They call him an ideal size, a blend of size, movement skills, and coverage schemes. They say he's very versatile, can play a bunch of different coverages, and that's good because we have seen it before with this organization. They're not under Peters, that they have sometimes tried to fit a square peg in a round hole. Good size for the NFL, a multi-sport athlete growing up, so good all-around athlete. High forced incompletion rates over the past three seasons and good coverage instincts. That means, he's not going to get juked by a lot of guys. At least that's the expectation. Very active hands and press coverage, so he is very disruptive back there. Long arms and good strength to rip off wide receiver blocks. He does not have the top speed that would just say, wow, this guy is fast. But again, all of the measurables that we've seen so far say this could be a guy that, if he's available at 29, could be a guy that the Commanders need to look at. All right, number two is the second one we want to look at. Sorry about that. Is Benjamin Morrison. Benjamin Morrison, again, rating wise, right there with Amos. Now, Morrison played at Notre Dame. He is described as a smart, smooth-moving man coverage cornerback with good instincts for making a play on the ball. He's a ball hawk. That's what you want back there. The type of a guy that again, when you look at where things are, where the Commanders pick, they're not going to have their pick of the litter there. They have to make sure that, the guy they got is a guy that fits into what they want to do. Scouts say he's got long arms, even for a guy that's just 6 feet tall. So not the tallest guy in the world, but has active hands and press coverage. He's quick to transition from a shuffle to full strides, which means, somebody hits a go route, they're going to have trouble getting past him. That's a very good thing. And he's also willing to play the run. That's good. He's got a high football IQ. Again, that's good. Start-stop ability, not as good as you would like for his size, not top tier. Strength, somewhat of a concern, but strength is something you can coach up with a guy, something that, you put him in the weight room, he's going to be okay there after a couple of months on an NFL weight training program. All right, and then finally, Darian Porter. This might be the guy that I am most excited about, just based on what people are saying about him. Again, you have to read between the lines on this one, but with Porter, who, by the way, played at Iowa State. Forgot to mention that. Written up as a rare prospect, a wide receiver turned cornerback, ideal ball skills, 95th percentile in height and length, track background that translates to the field. So he's not just a guy that, can go north and south with speed. Just a one-year starter despite being a 6-year player. But again, there's a guy that's played a lot of football. So that's one of the reasons I like him. I mean, in addition to those measurables that we talked about, the fact that he's fast, the facts that he is smooth and a natural mover and is tall, and with his receiver background, maybe not quite as likely to get beaten on some routes or get fooled. 6'3", so this is a guy, if he's around in the 4th round, I think they might jump all over him, despite the fact that he doesn't have that experience. But again, 6 years in college, what I like about that is a lot like Jaden Daniels. He's played a lot of football at a high level, so he can come in and it's not going to take as much of an adjustment to the NFL as it would for a 20-year-old kid who played a couple of years and then decided to declare for the draft. Darian Porter, is definitely a guy I would keep my eye on if he is available, in either late day 2 or early day 3. All right, that's going to do it for us. We got to get on out of here, but don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button. We will be back with more analysis and more draft coverage for you tomorrow. But again, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss a day of our coverage. Thanks for joining us. Remember, like the wise man once said, if you're on your bike tonight, as always, do wear white.